Almost everyone gets this wrong when their computer starts slowing down. They blame the hardware, when really, it's the software eating everything alive. Tiny 1126H2V1 changes that completely, and it's stable enough to trust every single day. Watch till the end, because I'll show you the exact setup. Hello and welcome back to Apidus, and if you're new here, welcome. Today we're taking a look at Tiny 1126H2V1. Before we go any further, I want to be upfront with you. This is a premium build. It's not some random Tiny 11 bootleg you found off a sketchy site. Check the screen right now for exactly what you get, and you'll understand why it's worth it. Let's start with the download. Grab the Tiny 11 Creator from the official link in the pinned comment. Once you have it, run the Creator and click Build. Just make sure your internet is turned on because the Creator needs to fetch some files to put everything together. This whole process takes around 10 to 20 minutes, depending on your connection speed. Now, if you'd rather skip the Creator altogether, you can also grab the ready-made installer straight from the official site. Honestly, that's often the faster option for most people. One thing I need to stress here, never download Tiny 11 from anywhere else. Not from random forums, not from sketchy download sites. Those unofficial copies are unsafe and you're risking malware on your PC. Our site is the only official and safe source, so stick with that. Once everything's done, you'll see Build Finished Successfully pop up in the Creator log. That means your installer is ready and we can move on to actually installing it. There are two ways to install Tiny 11, with a bootable USB or without one. Let's start with the method that skips the USB, since it's usually faster and easier. Open Zeno. You'll find it inside the folder the Creator just made for you, or you can grab it separately from our website when you download the installer. Zeno lets you install Tiny 11 without needing any USB drive at all. All you have to do is select the installer file. It'll then ask you to pick a drive. Choose the one where you want Tiny 11 installed. Just make sure that drive is completely empty, with nothing important on it because everything on it will be wiped. Within about 5 minutes, Zeno will finish setting up the OS. Restart your PC and you'll see it waiting for you in the dual boot menu. That means your old OS and all your files stay exactly where they are, and now you've also got a fresh, clean copy of Tiny 11 sitting right alongside it. If for some reason the dual boot screen doesn't show up, you might need to set it up manually using a BCD editor. If that sounds intimidating, don't worry, just email our support team and they'll walk you through it. Now let's talk about the other method, installing with a bootable USB. Go this route if Zeno didn't work out for you, or if you just prefer the traditional clean Windows install experience. Open Rufus from inside the folder, and if you only downloaded the installer by itself, no problem. Just head back to our website and grab Rufus from there too. This part matters. Always use the Rufus we provide. The version floating around the web may not play nice with Tiny 11. Plug in your USB drive. Same rule as before, make sure there's nothing important on it because it's all getting erased. Select the installer, hit start, and Rufus will begin flashing it onto your USB. This usually takes 10 to 15 minutes depending on how fast your USB drive is. Once that's finished, restart your PC. When you see your manufacturer's logo pop up, press your boot menu key and select the USB device. Not sure what your boot menu key is? Just Google your PC model. It's usually F12, F8, or delete. Inside the installer, you'll set your time, region, and currency format. Don't worry about language right now. You can always change that after installation. Next comes the drive selection screen. Take your time here and choose carefully. Picking the wrong drive means permanent data loss, so double check before you proceed. Give it another 5 to 10 minutes and the installer will automatically boot you straight to the desktop. Quick note before we move on, if you'd rather skip all of this and just turn your existing Windows installation into Tiny 11 with a single click, check out our app, Velotic. This isn't a sponsored plug, we built it ourselves. This is Velotic, one app where you can actually manage your PC without juggling 5 different tools. First up, the dashboard. You open it and immediately see what's going on. CPU, memory, disk space, the things you check anyway, just laid out clearly. If you game, this part's for you. It helps with frame rates and keeps your GPU configured for gaming. You set it up once and you're not digging through Windows settings every time you launch a title. Cleanup runs on its own. When RAM gets tight or junk builds up, Velotic clears it out. You do not have to remember to run a cleaner, and it just handles it when needed. Debloating Windows. There are ready-made profiles, or you can make your own. Remove the stuff you never use. Keep what you actually need. Installing apps. Need something installed? Search here, click Install. No hunting through download pages or worrying if you grab the right file. Disk space and efficiency. It can compress files on your drive to free up room, up to around 70% in some cases, without slowing things down. There is also tuning to keep the CPU cooler and help battery last longer on laptops. Tweaks, if you like control. Over 500 small settings you can turn on or off. Nothing is forced on you. You pick what fits how you actually use your machine. So why one app? Most utilities do one job. Velotic puts cleanup, debloating, installs, and tuning in one place. Early bird pricing is in the description. This is the one a lot of people ask about, Tiny 11. Go to the debloat page, hit play next to Tiny 11, and Velotic runs the whole process. You do not have to follow a 20-step guide. If it sounds useful, the link is in the description. Thanks for watching. Once you're on the desktop, that's when the real setup begins. Open the Configure toolbox sitting on your desktop. Head to the compression section and enable it. Compression cuts your disk usage roughly in half, and we recommend it for most PCs. It takes somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour to finish. You can keep working while it runs in the background, but honestly, we'd suggest grabbing a coffee. You've earned a break for following along this far. Compression isn't mandatory, by the way, and if you run into any issues after enabling it, you can turn it right back off with a single click. Once compression wraps up, let's check the disk usage. Just 7 gigabytes. Compare that to a standard Windows install, which often eats up 40 to 50 gigabytes thanks to unnecessary bloat and updates forced onto you. We'll be dropping a benchmark video in a couple of days over on our HT channel. Keep an eye on the pinned comments, that's where the link will show up once it's live. Let's get you connected to the internet now. Open the Configure app, go to the browser section, and pick whichever browser you like. I'm going with Chrome, but Firefox, Edge, Zen, Opera, or Brave all work just fine. Once your browser's set up, head over and visit both of our YouTube channels through the Community tab. Apidus is where we post installation and setup tutorials, and HT is where you'll find benchmarks and configuration content. You're also welcome to join our Discord server. Come hang out with the community, have some fun, and get support whenever you need it. And while you're in the Configure app, you'll find direct links to both Velotic and the Tiny 11 website too. Now, if you ever run into crashes or memory errors while gaming, here's the fix. Turn on paging files, open the Configure app, head to the paging files section, and click Enable. These are turned off by default to save a bit of storage space, but switching them on prevents those annoying memory errors. Just restart your PC afterward to apply the changes. Alright, this next part is probably the most important step in the whole setup. Drivers. Normal Windows 11 installs dozens of drivers automatically, and a lot of them are bloated, outdated, or things you'll never actually use. They eat up storage and sometimes just don't work right. With Tiny 11, you get to decide exactly what gets installed. Open the Configure app, go to the System section, and run Driver Booster. From there, you can scan your system and choose to install everything, or just the drivers you actually need. If you're into gaming or editing, you'll want your graphics drivers. Everyone needs Wi-Fi and Bluetooth drivers for solid connectivity and speed. And if you're on a laptop, don't forget battery and touchpad drivers. If you're not sure what to pick, just select all of them. Everything here is curated specifically for your PC, so nothing unnecessary is going to sneak in. Once your drivers are installed, that's it. You're all set to enjoy your new, minimal version of Windows. So here's the thing about Tiny 11 being a premium service. Why premium? Because you're getting real security and real support, things you simply won't find with other builds out there. Yeah, there are free builds floating around, but they come with risks. Some are unstable, some are flat out broken, and some have malware hiding inside them. Here's what you actually get with us: a safe operating system that's stable enough for your daily work and everything else you throw at it. And if anything ever goes wrong, we've got your back. So go ahead and grab it now before the deal disappears. Thanks for watching. This is Apidus, signing off.